Good evening and welcome to the Onward VR Master League. My name is TFH with a swear word in the middle, and I am joined by my co-host and good friend Xandria with an X at the beginning of his name. You see, some people are really good at doing those, but I'm not one of those. Xandria, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing all right. Haven't been afflicted by the plague yet.
Yeah, me
so
neither.
it's all
Thankfully,
good.
we're able to bring you this amazing content of other people who have not been afflicted by the plague yet. So this is definitely going to be a very good matchup. We got Legionnaires versus Killettos. Xandria, what are you expecting out of this match?
So we got Legionnaires. They're a team that's very good at tucking in on their defense and just sitting there with the weirdest, craziest angle and just waiting for the offense to come by. And then we have Killettos, who I know are very good at a very slow, very methodical, organized offense. So it's going to be a long match. So get some popcorn, get your favorite teddy bear, and
Yeah,
sit
don't
tight
forget
and
to
wait
use
for
the bathroom
action.
before we leave, kids. But without further ado, let's get this car on the road here. Xandria, what are the bans for today?
All right, so Legionnaires, our home team, are banning Snow Peak. And I did notice that Killettos are having a 79% round win on Snow Peak Night. So I imagine that's why they're picking that as a ban. And then on Killettos, our away team, are banning Quarantine, and they only have a 31% round win with Quarantine. So that
Yeah,
also
and our
makes
first
sense.
round is going to be Cargo. Start off with this is going to be pretty exciting, wouldn't you think? Yeah,
Oh,
being able to
absolutely.
bring, two slower teams into a pretty close match. It kind of brings out the action whether you like it or not. But regardless, hopefully we can get into this action that we're talking about here really soon. If you don't know by now, we do have like 2 new sponsors, right? Yeah, 2. We have Fix It Gaming and one other that I can't remember. Let's see. Oh, it's right on the website. It's Fix It and Rebuff Reality, along with ProTube VR and VR Cover. So definitely check out all 4 of those people's websites out and help support the league. They give out little goodies or at least ProTube VR and VR Cover give out stuff to our winners. Rebuff, I don't exactly know what they do, but we will get to that shortly. And Fix It helped.
I think we're
We're kind of hashing that out with them, but we're proud to announce that they are helping us out in our, homegrown league. So it's really cool to be able to see all these VR peripheral and, accessory manufacturers kind of coming together here and helping each other out.
Yeah, so I did give them the go signal, so we are just waiting for them to receive and act upon that.
Will they hear Xandria's message? We don't know. I'm hoping that we can get into this really soon. Our first objective, though, just to keep y'all entertained, is going to be the square objective, as I like to call it. I don't know if you got a name for it, Xandria. Do you?
Just the middle.
Oh, okay,
objective,
I think
call
it's a
that
fair one. It's a very intense one, and we're going to get right into this action here as we kick off round 1, map 1. Hanging out with the Legionnaires straight off the get-go. A couple of early smokes coming out. Looks like Killettos are going to get pretty pushy into the objective too, securing that space right away. Plenty of smoke to go around for the Legionnaires to be able to try to maneuver themselves around if they so please. Matador is going to be able to find Maho straight off the get-go though. And that is a good early pick for the Killettos to have straight off the bat. And he's in such a great spot. I'm almost wondering if his... No, it's not. Raider doesn't know just yet. Oh... His butt did peek out when he tried to make that move, and now Mr. Serious has the lock on. Matador isn't able to do anything about that. He tried to watch that corner, but that just did not work now. Matadors is out of play, and Eric and Serious have freedom to move around 4v4 on both sides with only 1 minute into the play.
You know, it's a little bit ambitious. They're getting that a bit of a flank going there, and he was able to pick up one. Unfortunately, kind of stalled out, and that fatal mistake of sticking his butt.
Bit of C4 goes off, also detonates a Molotov. Very nicely done. Very effective way at cutting off a lane for 30 seconds, if I understand the Molotov physics just correctly. VRML getting a little bit of flack from Eric. The nice air burst finds him. He's able to get that confirm in. Now Legionnaires are 3. Ooh, and he almost takes some flack. Serious trades with VRML. No res is available. Control tries to work her way toward Kagan, but Raider's going to find that. And Raider finds Olivia as well. Now objective is open. Only 1 Killetto remains. It's Tia against 2. The Legionnaires. Tia works his way around. I think he's trying to go for a res, but it won't work. He's got that FAMAS on him. I think it's trademark. Oh, but Tia's got some company from the back. Legionnaires will turn it around after losing the man advantage at the first and be able to take round 1 pretty swiftly.
Yeah, it seemed like Killettos had fairly good spots there. You know, they had good strategy. It just seems like, you know, Legionnaires was able to get the upper hand on the peaks.
Yeah, the peeking was definitely really good on Legionnaires. Also, the overall positioning was just very good for being able to kind of collapse in on the objective, force some really awkward rotations to come out of the Killettos. And the nice thing about how they peaked is that 2 people would peak at the same time. So, you know, you could lock onto one of them, but the other one's going to have the other angle on you as well. So it just works out really well for Legionnaires, especially on this map, to be able to peak like so.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see that through the entire series. Legionnaires definitely, it seems as if they put a lot of work into figuring out those angles.
They do have, Legionnaires are one of those teams where they have this kind of vibe about them that is just unparalleled, even by top tier teams. They have very specific strategies that are hashed out, and they are very professional at executing them. It's almost amazing to watch every single time. Well, we're going to have the same objective because it's only been the first round. Each team gets to play each objective twice. And the Killettos will have a chance to show Legionnaires what they're made of. Maybe this objective has a bit of a Marsoc bias.
I would say a little bit, just because there's so many different angles to attack from, and it's kind of hard to cover them all.
Yeah, and especially on that objective in particular, any nade you throw in is kind of corralled in by those cargo containers, so it can make them very effective. The only thing that the defense has got is that it's basically controllable by sheer lanes. You know, those 4 entrances you got into that objective corral area. But if you're able to kind of wither down the amount of defenders that you have, it becomes very easy to attack. Well, we're going to hop into round 2 now.
Yeah, we do see one shield on the side.
Yeah,
of
VRML is a very capable shield player. I've seen him play it many times. It's very amazing every single time.
Mal likes to shoot the cross. Go.
He's going to meet... Ooh, Zarek finds Olivia straight off the get-go. Matador just gets so pushy. Ooh, Eric and Matadors. Matadors has laid the trap. They're going to push together, but Matadors is going to emerge victorious out of that one. VRML and Control. Ooh, go ahead.
As the second round now, we've seen Mad Outdoors kind of being a little bit pushy.
Yeah,
right
he's
off
really
the
good
bat.
at finding that initial pick, but now he's kind of got himself corralled in a little bit. He can't really push up any further because Legionnaires are watching that angle. Matter of fact, 2 of them got taken out. 1 Killetto. I think Olivia traded. I think that's what happened, but won't know for certain until I watch the replay, which is going to be after cast, so we're not going to worry about that.
I kind of like this cadence to the LMG fire from Legionnaires. Just little burst here and there, just let you know.
Yeah,
don't come up this
and
lane.
it definitely gets you thinking. And you can probably navigate your way around that, since LMGs aren't typically the most accurate of guns. But on a map like this, that doesn't matter too much. You know, the body sizes when you encounter each other are generally large enough. You can bring any weapon and it'll be relatively effective. Unless it's a 203, in which case that has a detonation timer and it wouldn't work, and it's illegal on this map, so we don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, I kind of wish it was legal just so you could use it as. Like,
That'd be
mortar.
cool. I don't think mortars would work in an indoor environment, though.
It does. Trust me, I know.
Well, Xandria is the expert on indoor mortars. And Kagan is the master of trading with Tia. Oh, and then a very nice nade from Fino finds Sirius. That
Yes, that was.
was
even
very
beautiful
nicely
nade.
done.
He is reservable, so they do need to get it confirmed.
Oh, the nade is almost as good on Legionnaire side as well, but it is a little bit skewed. And now Mayho is the last remaining defender. He is very far off of objective.
Yeah, with a very interesting strategy, kind of running away from the
There
objective.
are places where he can't cover and all that. There are places where those grates just line up, and if the Killettos line themselves up perfectly, they could go for the cap. Granted, they're going to be called out by Sirius because he hasn't been confirmed yet, but Mayho is just... he is working his way on up there. Control's being just as quiet as Mayho is. I don't think they even recognize that they're... either of them are there. Mayho works her way around. Control finds that pick. And the Killettos will go 1-1.
Yeah, I think it definitely goes for Killettos' playstyle, where they're very slow and methodical and cautious. I mean, if they were way more aggressive, they could have easily gotten a cap there at the end, but you know, it's just not.
No,
their
I don't
playstyle.
think that was necessarily in the plan. Granted, bringing a nade into the mix definitely doesn't help with the kill count, because you can't see the person you just killed. So they probably thought that they were in a 2v3 in that situation, but it was really a 1v3, and they could definitely have had that cap in the bag. But that's just how they just didn't choose to play it that way, which is totally fine. Very safe way of playing it. A lot of top tier teams actually don't go for the cap. They like to kind of go for it by their own rules, and that's how they do it, and they're successful for doing that. So props to the Killettos for being able to hold out on their own, being able to get a point on the board. And hopefully we'll see this action the entire match, because this has been some very close matchups so far.
Yeah, absolutely, it has, and this is definitely what we're gonna come to see. And now we've moved to the north-north objective.
Yeah, the north-north, the infamous north-north objective. No building cap for this one, but cargo container cap possible, and you can cap obviously behind that little pallet box. I don't even know what those are called. They're just a covered box, I guess, but they do not provide bulletproof cover, so just something to think about. The Killettos have been really good with the utility so far, especially the specialist loadouts, so I see Fino with a C4. I don't know who else has one, but I imagine there's going to be a second one. I think it's Tia, because he likes to carry that. Ooh. Couple of shots going straight off the bat. And Fino is... ooh, Matt finds Raider and Sirius a nice little double. And Eric is just trying to peek back and forth, but he rotates away just in time before that nade goes off. Mayho as well. And Man, Legionnaires are...
He's definitely done a good job of slowing down his offense.
Yeah, Matt finds another one. I don't think he's slowing it down. I think he's decimating them. Get that confirm going on Sirius. And and he gets a trade with Mayo. I think... No, there is no... Ooh, wow. That don't look good. Look at how long his head... I don't know if you can see it. His head is long. Long neck. I knew Matt Outdoors was tall, but I didn't know it was all in his neck.
But yeah, I mean, 4 out of 5.
No, definitely not bad for Matt Outdoors. He's definitely put it in the work.
Nice little fake out grenade. Or smoke.
I mean, he is one man, so you might as well make it seem like there's two. Being Kagan.
Yeah, that is the one nice thing about a trade is you don't really get a good kill count.
Yeah, and so I think the Killettos also think that there is one more strong than there really is. Kagan takes some pot shots, gives away his position. He rotates around in order to kind of keep that fog of war on his side.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna have to like rotate, pop up, shoot.
Yeah, he's going nuts on that snap turn as well.
He is being good and quiet, so I don't think they know where he is, despite the fact that he's very close to Olivio.
Yeah. The quietness factor is dependent on how fast you're moving and in what state you're in. So he's just used his smoke. That's going to give Olivio an idea where this is happening, but Olivio's choosing not to act on it. Probably the better option in his case. He's holding a great angle. Of course, he can't see it. I think he thinks that Kagan is actually a little bit further up than where he actually is, but
If this smoke isn't perfect, he will see him on this cross.
Tia can, yeah. But Tia also isn't really peaky right now. I think they're anticipating a far left side approach from Kagan. At least from Kagan's point of view. For theirs, it's right, but who cares? Oh, and Olivio could just turn around right now. He might have been able to see him, but
Yes,
no,
he
he's
could.
just so focused on watching that angle. And Kagan didn't even see him either, which is the even crazier part. Control is the next obstacle in this defense here for Kagan to deftly maneuver himself around, but he isn't making much noise either. Matter of fact, there's two people watching that angle into that garage as we speak, so that's not going to be in Kagan's favor to attack from there, but it looks like he's going to sweep it out.
I mean, even if he does, take care of control, everybody's going to turn and rush in there, or at least have eyes on. So right now, him burning the clock.
Yeah, he's only got a minute and a half left. He's near objective, which is enough time, but that's running out. And it looks like he's going to go even further south. This is what we're talking about when we say the Legionnaires like to fight on their bellies. This is as slow as it gets, but oh, the intensity is there at the same time.
I feel like Control knows. She knows something's
She's
happening
not
right here.
following her shot, and Kagan will be able to follow through with that. He rotates around now that his position has been given away. All attention of the Killettos has been shifted south, and now he's boxed in. He's completely boxed in. I don't think it's going to go well for him.
Yeah, even if he gets one more, it's.
Oh,
there's
he
gonna
makes
be
it through that. Wow. Does the read is exactly what was needed. Now he has escaped the lasers of the Killettos. A nade rolls in, but he's not enough. Oh, wow. What a nade. What a nade from Fino. The timing, perfect. The throw is perfect.
Yeah,
that completely caught him off guard. That was perfect.
That frag was served up.
I think that was medium rare. That wasn't even cooked. No, actually, you know what? Actually, talking, that was very well done. I think that was burnt. if we're talking about our frags being like steaks.
Steak analogy.
Welcome to Outback Frag House. How can I help you? Killettos take the lead on a Volk round now. On map 1, which wasn't their map choice either. This is some very good quality action coming out from the Killettos today. Just absolutely incredible stuff.
Yeah, despite everything that was going on, everybody just sort of sat tight. And, you know, Keegan's choice to slow push that while he got all the way to the north. I don't know. It was a tough decision. I don't know that
he was in a very bad situation. The rest of his team was gone, and he, for being one man, let's give him credit here. For being one man, he did a remarkable job being able to insert himself very deep into the enemy defense. That is extremely hard to do on cargo because everyone and your mother can hear exactly what you're whispering from the other side of the map. So that's very good. And he was able to find control. He was able to maneuver, rotate away from that after shooting and kind of fool the enemy defense for a little bit, and then snuck past two people who are watching the exact angle where he was at. It was just very good maneuvering on Kagan's part, but his luck just ran out to Fino Ram, chucking a stone at him. We're now into round 3. It's been very intense so far. I had to get a bit of pre-fire because we're from the whole Killetto, or from the Legionnaires, I should say.
Ram pushing up in the center of the shield.
I don't think he does anything else. At least not on this map. I think he's actually opting to just go callouts. He's not wearing night vision. He doesn't have a flashlight on him.
Oh, and a nice frag.
Oh my goodness. Wow. The reses will come out, sadly. But those are, well, I don't know. I like both of these teams. I'm not going to bias myself. But man, those nades, I wish. Sometimes you wish it would actually make a difference in the match. Mr. Serious, however, is able to find Tiagra. That res will come out as well. The utility is just being wasted on partial kills. Serious is able to get the confirm now on Tia. Killettos are now down to 3. Legionnaires have 5 strong. 4 minutes 52 seconds remaining in the match. And Eric is getting very aggressive on the defense. He's in a very exposed position as well. He retreats back because he knows exactly what he's done. He knows he doesn't have the advantage compared to where the Killettos are at. Especially since the Killettos have shields. Being out in the open like that is just not what you want to do. Couple pot shots going through the doorways. Legionnaires will leave no doorway unshot. And now Olivio leads the push up. He's got the shield now, and Olivio is probably one of the lesser known, very good shield players. He's been rocking it ever since season 5. I don't see him use it too much, but he is very deadly on it. I think almost everyone in the Killettos knows how to use a shield very adaptly, so whenever you face them, just plan for shield tactics is all I can say.
Yeah, shield's gonna be
Olivio makes the correct call on the shield. He's going into a very exposed position. He doesn't like it, and that is a very exposed position. It's very open. It doesn't force lanular activity or, a lanular push to come out. He gets some action from Mr. Serious, but none of those shots are able to land on Olivio's feet. Kagan trades with control. Raider finds Matt. A bit of profanity coming out from Matt. And now Olivio is rotating back around to try to go for that res. And it is just Olivio and Matadors to see what they can do about this. They're going to rotate back, backtrack a little bit. Maybe wait for Legionnaires to start getting pushy on them, but I don't think Legionnaires are going to do that.
No, I highly doubt
We're going to switch back over to his primary weapon now. He's no longer rocking the shield in front of him. He's just holding on to it just to prevent the strategic ability of Legionnaires to be able to take that. But I don't think Legionnaires are much of a shield team, at least not as profoundly shield based as Killettos are. Olivio tries to go for the peek onto Eric, but Eric just peppers it completely. And now it's all to Matt Outdoors. He's already taken a hit before. He doesn't have as many lives associated on his end, and now he's going to walk right into enemy fire. Legionnaires will take a second point.
Yeah, that round was almost a complete reversal of the last, and with a similar outcome.
Yeah, the angles that both the Killettos and Legionnaires are holding on defense on this objective were just so good that neither offense could figure out how to get by them as a team, and it all just kind of crumbled at the midpoint.
Yeah, and I don't know what exactly to do differently to try and penetrate that defense. I mean, they have such good angles. There's not much you can do except for effective use of utility, but there's only so much of that.
You can obviously try to do like a 5-man hard push it and try to overwhelm them, but the angles that Legionnaires are holding are just so good, even that's risky. So what I've seen a lot of people do against defenses like this is just try to find that one pick and then work off that pick. So go to that side, like push in on the side that you got the pick on, because you know it's a little more clear than the rest of it. Kind of like working an ice pick, you know. You take small little chunks at the wall, the ice wall, and you wait for the cracks to show, and you work in your way through the cracks.
Makes sense.
We're gonna have an objective change up now. Objectively speaking, we got the propane tank one now. It's 2-2. Legionnaires could get a cap in here and take map 1 pretty swiftly if they so chose to. But I'm pretty sure Killettos are not going to make it that easy on them.
Oh, absolutely not. They would never do such a thing occur.
I would never let Control hear the end of it. She is the team captain. Matt Outdoors is kind of the team leader. Kind of a chain of command in there. Control's more like the team owner, and then Matt Outdoors is like the team captain. Kind of the vibe I got from it. Kagan's able to find Tia straight off the get-go at the 15-second mark.
Yeah, the LMG down the pipeline just absolutely shutting down that cross.
Matt Outdoors trades with Sirius. He's such a huge player on that team that he's almost going to kill momentum if they don't have him. Legionnaires have lost 1. Killettos have lost 2. And it is 2-2 right now. It can't be any closer. It's a very off of objective defense coming out from the Killettos. We only got one person on the objective side of that pipeline.
Yeah, Fenrir kind of snaking his way over here on the east to try and get a good angle on this offensive push.
Yeah, and he's in such a great spot to work his way and defend the objective from. He's holding an entire lane effectively. And it's in a really awkward peeking spot, because if you try to peek around there, you're exposing yourself to other positions of the Killettos. Oh, a nade goes out. I don't think I'll be able to find Olivia. No, it won't. Smokes come out to assist Eric as him and Sirius begin to make their way into the corral. Olivia is holding such a great little angle here. I'm not sure if Eric will be able to see it, but Olivia will be able to look underneath the cargo containers, maybe take some shots. Oh, he sees it for a little bit. Takes some shots there. Sirius begins to make his peek around. Olivia will, or I'm sorry, Olivia will be able to find that. Fino found Kagan. And now it's Raiders tries to make his attempt onto Olivia. He's going to be successful doing that. Now objective is a lot more open. Phenoram gets taken out. Now it's all up to one Killetto. It is Control, and she's going to get sandwiched there. And Legionnaires will take a point. Go up to match point, actually.
Yeah, that kind of felt like exactly what you laid out there in between the last 2 rounds. That, you know, they did just find that one little spot and just worked in on it, kind of wrapped around the west side, and then up
Yeah,
to the
being
middle.
able to kind of figure out where, or create a weak spot in the enemy defense is so crucial to how Legionnaires operate. They like to hold out. They like to wait for that first pick to come out, and then they progress on M. Well, they are on match point now. They just need one defense here. Can the Killettos be able to get themselves an offensive point here, just like Legionnaires did? They're going to need this if they want to be able to progress the map 2 with the advantage, but I think Legionnaires are looking pretty tight right now.
Yeah, I think, you know, Killettos could pull it out, but I don't see them diverting from their play style too drastically.
No, I think they have a great play style already set up. I don't see any reason why they would want to change it up. I can see them tweaking it a little bit to adapt to the Legionnaires kind of play style, but overall, they've had the Legionnaires relatively on lockdown.
Everybody got smoke? No. Everybody got smoke?
Couple of smokes coming out pre-round. Bit of exchanging going on to Kagan.
They might pre-fire, so back up if they pre-fire.
Looks like Kagan, Sirius, and no, it's just going to be Kagan who tries to make the cross there. He's going to get support to make sure no one tries to pre-fire. Killettos, on the other hand, look a little more occupied with trying to push up. Phenoram's being a tank as per usual with the shields. Now the rest of Legionnaires are going to be able to move their way in. Tia supports Fino, but he gets taken out by Eric. And that's the first pick that we've always been talking about here against Legionnaires. They seem to work their way with those.
Yeah, it seems like he kind of was trying to use the shield as a bit of cover, but I think Zarek kind of just found that one little tiny hole in the smoke and popped them.
And now Livio's in a bit of a pickle here. He's trying to find places where he can try to insert himself, but it's quiet. It's too quiet, and he knows what's going on here. Legionnaires are just very, very tucked in. Mad Outdoors pre-firing into that back objective alleyway. And Fino's found himself a 249 to work with.
Livio needs to be careful here. He's right on top of Zarek.
That goes in Eric's. Goes in Eric's favor. Now Eric has control of that corral. Killettos need to take care of that if they want to be able to progress up to the objective. It's such a great monitoring point, which is why we see so many people take defenses right there. And Raider proves my point exactly. He's able to find control on her way to the objective.
Yeah, it's definitely a really tall order right now for Killettos. They have all 5 Legionnaires still up.
Oh, and there's some C4 placed right. Oh, I don't think Fino sees it. He didn't toss the nade at. Oh, he has to see. Oh, he's going right.
Is it
I'm
disabled?
not sure. No, I think it's active. No, it is active. Kagan
No, it is
activates it with a grenade. Takes out Matt Outdoors.
Gets a nice
Wow,
double with
what
it.
a way to end map 1. A nade C4 combo takes out 2. Kobe.
You could say it was an explosive ending.
Very explosive ending, and no better way to start off map 1. I'm surprised. Well, maybe it was disabled, and they knew to just... That's such a great use of the mechanic, actually. Put the C4 in a place where it's easily disabled, give the enemy a false sense of security, and then chuck a nade at it. Wow. We are going to go to the Killettos map pick now. Going to be Suburbia Night. Wow, we've seen these night maps slowly become the meta.
Yeah, they do seem to like their night maps.
I mean, whatever can throw off your enemy, you should use it. So it involves turning out the lights and putting on the NVGs. By all means, go ahead. We see teams like Fireteam Alpha and I think there's one other team that likes to maybe... I know Lords of War used to back in their Redbeard days, but not so much anymore. Oh, Gunning on Empty like to do it. Yeah.
Okay. Either way, we're gonna have center house objective.
Yeah, I don't think there's any better way to start it off. This is one of my favorites. I see Legionnaires like to use that 30-second fire trick. And that basically means that Killettos only have 5 minutes and 30 seconds to work their way upstairs before it gets cut off.
What's that? When there's 30 seconds remaining,
Yeah.
you put fire downstairs, the Molotov, and then
The
you're just out of
the Molotov flames go on for 30 seconds, and you know it's amazing that the Volk are able to find a dealer who's able to precisely make his Molotov, so they always do that consistently every time. So props to them. But yeah, it is a 30-second flame, and if you're able to kind of cut off the single lane of approach to the objective on that stairwell with fire, it's going to be a really hard capping job to be able to cap while you're on fire under the amount of time it takes to kill you while burning.
I like it. I
We'll
want to
probably
see it.
see it here. The only thing that's really weird about those fires is that the hitboxes for the Molotov are different than normal hitboxes for some reason. So sometimes people think that they cleared it when the fact is no, they didn't, and they might set themselves on fire. And yeah, it can be a little weird at times if you don't know where to throw it. Typically, personally, I like to just place the Molotov somewhere and shoot it. And let that trigger it.
Either way, we're dropping in.
Legionnaires choose to defend. How they choose to. I think they like to go with a more on-objective defense, if I'm not mistaken, but I could be wrong.
I know, right?
Oh, a little. Make sure you put. I don't know if you're on the Volk side, Xandria. A little bit of action going on. Looks like they were gonna have a. Yeah, we're gonna have all 5 inside the house. Oh no, Kagan's gonna be the man to prove me wrong. Eric finds Olivio on his push-up. He was bringing a shield. Oh, and the second attempt from Control is not going to be able to do it. Eric will be able to shut that down as well. That angle has just been deadly this entire time. Kagan's able to find the shield. He's brought it to his friends. Oh,
Ooh, team
no.
kill.
Yeah, serious. Now the Killettos have one less to work with. That's going to mess with their kill counts, though. It looks like the rest of them, like Tia and crew, are going to be moving to the south side to opt to try to approach from there. It's interesting that the Killettos, you were mentioning that they like to do very coordinated pushes. That did not seem like a coordinated push. That seemed like Olivio and Fino were going to do their own thing while Tia and the Matt and I'm sorry, not Fino, but I think Olivio and Control were doing their own thing while the rest were going to make a coordinated push on the south side.
Yeah, it might have just been as much as rush the center house and see what you can do.
Yeah, they might just not like this objective.
Kinda what it
and
felt
just
like.
they're trying to get it over with, but
But yeah, it definitely seems like Killettos right now is kind of worried about people in spawn house, which I mean,
yeah, it is
reasonable
very
enough,
reasonable.
right?
It's such a great defending point. It's just if you're able to take out the people inside the middle house, then that back house becomes your greatest enemy because, you know, that last remaining member has to do that massive rotation, and it's very easy to just not kill him and let the cap go through.
One thing I like to see happen is get into spawn house and then thin out the defense in center house.
I think
there.
Stupefax really likes to do that. I've seen a lot of players, you know, be able to work their way into those upper level stories and then give the Volk inside the middle house a very hard time because you can't rotate as effectively when you're being suppressed like that. And it really takes your mind off of trying to monitor that stairwell. Ducks away from that, primes a nade out of sight. Now Eric rotates away. I don't think he's in the spot where Fino thinks he is, but I think Fino's just holding onto that nade so he can make his approach into the objective and maybe suicide bomb it.
Yeah, I think he was getting ready to throw
Oh
it.
no,
I think he heard
another
the
one!
stim pop. And another
Legionnaires
another
are
team
on
kill.
their
He
toes.
is
That is
resable,
not
but
good.
still.
That is not good. He is able to find Eric. As Eric, I think, got a little antsy as well. We're now into the final 2 minutes, 30 seconds. Let's look upstairs and see what the defensive layout's like. I think one of them is going to be bringing some fire. You have a specialist there. I don't see a molly. No, I don't see the molly. I just see... Oh, what an amazing nade from Fino. Another one gets in there and finds Sirius. It's going to be a flash, but now Tia's going to try to take pot shots.
Yeah, I don't think Jagger realized that Mr. Sirius was flashed at the moment.
Sirius just took a hit. He tried to stick his hand out to shoot back, but Tia just walked right onto it. Sirius will be able to get that pick, though. Such an amazing nade. The nade so far from Fino. You should stop playing this. Play baseball. It's shield versus shield right now. Oh man, I think this is what we've been waiting for on cast for a very long time. There is 30. There's
We don't get to see this every day.
I'm sorry. There's a minute 20 remaining. I'm not seeing any Molotovs. Oh, Raider flashes himself. I think Sirius. Oh, he's glitched out his shield. The last remaining member of the Killettos, they're opting to go into the back end. Vinoram has the shield still. He's followed by Matadors. That's a good support. He's looking for... They're looking to scavenge. And Matadors also has that drum mag, so that can also work in their advantage. But Legionnaires have got this on lockdown. They've got the timer on their side as well. We have to consider that. There's only 42 seconds remaining. They're pointing the smokes upward in order to try to reduce visibility. But his flashes go off. Won't be able to find anybody. Fino, Mad Outdoors coming in from opposite sides. They're going to try to work their way up the stairs. Fino might be able to see Sirius. Sirius has that G36, but he can't aim it. He's propped the shield up. Mad Outdoors is going for the cap right now. Sirius doesn't see him. No, Raider's able to find it, though.
Oh, they do.
And now it's all up to Fino Ram, but Sirius, oh, I don't wonder what angle he got there. But, man, what a great way to end that first round.
Yeah, I think that's definitely kind of shows the downside of taking so long to proceed through the map, and then it just limits your amount of time to work on the defense, especially on an objective like this where, you know, it does take so much time to work yourself upstairs.
The nades have just been so helpful, but they're not helpful enough. Legionnaires will be able to take the first point on Suburbia. You know, I kind of understand why they want to, you know, Killettos will want to bring on a night map for their pick. They like to play the shield, and being able to use that night vision at the same time, you know, on a map like this is going to be so helpful. It looks like, ooh.
Yeah, for the
Well,
laser
we do have a
sighting
cycle
strategy.
out now. We have Control has cycled out and is replaced by our boy Turbo.
I remember Turbo.
This is my boy. Turbo's a very capable player on this map. He knows his angles. He knows how to use them, and he's very good at defending as well. I think he likes to... Yeah, he likes to bring a support class, so definitely will help out Killettos. It is Volk round, though, so unless everyone's bringing a G36, that won't come as much into play, but will definitely help them nonetheless. Hopping into round 2, Suburbia.
Come on, guys, let's do this.
Night vision, but then I remembered I didn't bring night vision on purpose. So there we go.
Yeah, let's see what Legionnaire does.
Yeah, they might. The thing that kind of killed the Killettos on this push is that two of them kind of just pushed in without any support, and against the defense like Legionnaires would put up, that is extremely difficult to do unless you are a rock star player. Looks like the Killettos are going to do something kind of similar, but they're going to spread out just a little bit more.
Yeah, I've definitely noticed Mad Outdoors likes to do almost like a flanking defense where he goes way off on the side.
Turbo already sees Raider, I think, and Malho. He tosses a nade. It's a flash. I don't think he'll be able to find him.
Eric sneaking up around lane 1 might be able to get a shot on the
He
turbo.
doesn't know where they're at. He's kind of shooting off into random places. That nade's going to fall short. I think he saw Sirius's silhouette there for a second. Eric is going to come around out of nowhere.
And he's shooting everywhere, but
Turbo's able to find Eric. Malho's able to get that refrag, and now Legionnaires are on the house. Mad Outdoors is coming in from behind. This could be very deadly for Legionnaires. They've got to be able to shut this down immediately. They're able to recognize what's going on, but they're so focused in. I'm not sure if they recognize it just yet. Mad Outdoor. Oh, he doesn't see Raider. This could be... wow, what's going on here? He's able to find one. Raider hasn't altered his view yet. He slides just in time. Mad Outdoors finds one more, but Raider's able to shut that one down. Now the Legionnaires have been annihilated by Mad Outdoors. Wow.
yeah, he was definitely able to seriously devastate that push. Now it's all up the
Yeah.
radar. Against 3 of the Killettos.
No, it's not good.
Olivia
Olivia
round 1
puts out a flash. He's blind. He's blind. He's mollied now. He's on fire.
Oh, no, he's on
Killettos
fire.
will have a fire. Tia will be burned, cremated as well.
That was a great
Yeah.
defensive play.
So just putting in Mad Outdoors, having him kind of do a very slow flank, and waiting for Legionnaires to really get invested into this play was just the timing was just so perfect.
Absolutely. I mean, it was what, 2 kills before anybody even really
Yeah,
reacted?
Turbo was able to also kind of shut down that south flank that was trying to. He at least had them occupied, and then they had to come around, take care of him. That didn't work. He was able to shut that down, so their south watch was completely gone, out of the picture. Matt Outdoors kind of used that opportunity to go around back very quietly. He wasn't making himself very apparent. He could have watched those angles where he was at before, but he opted not to. He went for the full flank, and just his timing on all of that, be his positioning, you know, kind of making the first pick. He waited for it till he was at a point where he could rotate away without really being seen by Raider, where he could find yet another one, and then Raider will finish that off. But, you know, that's really easy for a 3-man defense to take care of one person. So just some really great stuff coming out of that.
So we are going to have a new objective.
Yes, indeed. Our time in the middle house has come and gone. We're gonna have burning. It was a great time.
It was a good time.
We're gonna have burning now. This house has been on fire for the past, 3 years, and no one's bothered to put it out. You know, there used to be a fire department that would get called in, but it kept exploding, so I don't think it was exactly effective. And now they've kind of just given up.
I think it's a propane.
Yeah, it could be,
or
you know,
something.
just inside the house, a gas line just kind of flooded the house. Has been burning. Gotta comment on the build quality though. That fire retardant insulation has been holding out. You see a double shield push coming from Vino and Olivio. Kind of weird seeing 2 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles running across the battlefield. Turbo's able to find Raiders straight off the bat. Hagen's able to shut down Turbo with a Val. Who says that the Val is the worst gun? I know, right?
It's a great gun.
I've had this discussion with Wookie, and he thinks it's a crap gun. Yeah, he doesn't know.
He doesn't know how to use it.
He can't harness the power of the Val. Doesn't want free fire coming out from Eric. Now Olivia is tossing nades out. Sirius is able to get the revive on a Raider. Turbo's work is all for naught now.
Somebody's in playground area.
Now the shield has been spotted and taking pot shots at Olivio. I think they're just waiting for Olivio to go beyond that house to the point where he can get flanked himself. Oh, the rest of the Legionnaire defense is moving their way in. Olivio is maneuvering himself in such a perfect way that they can't see him. Phenoram's moving his way in. There's 3 of them just right there going for that flank. This is incredible anti-shield warfare going on here. Raider's able to find Olivio. Tia gets found out by Mr. Sirius. And now Sirius moves his way around. He's going to be spotted out by Mad Outdoors.
After being shot out by Kagan.
Not good. Raiders on the other side here. Phenoram hears it. I think... Wow, very nice kill coming out from Pheno through the bushes. Able to find a kill of his own. Legionnaires are now 3. Killettos are 2. It is 1-1. It couldn't be it's a really close game. I can't stress that enough. A nade goes out. It's a flash. I don't exactly know if Pheno has been affected by it just yet. Kagan rotates around, trying to get into some cover. Matadors is throwing nades out. Won't be able to find him. He's behind cover. But the Killettos are definitely strong in numbers. I will definitely say that.
What's this defensive push? They're moving up onto objective.
And Phenoram is looting. his kill with Kagan right there. That is so dangerous. Rotates around to a stronger shield lane. He gets spotted by Eric. I think this is going to signal for Kagan to try to move his way around, but Battledores has been really good at protecting Fino so far. And frag comes in. It's going to land on top of the bus. Won't be able to find that. Counter frag goes from... Whoa! Fino, once again, just with the timing and the throw, man. I don't even know. The rotation's coming out from Kagan now. Fino finds Eric. He gets that confirm. Ooh, and Kagan will get a nice double, and Legionnaires will go up the second point.
Yeah, that defensive push, like into the center, I think really shook things up in a negative way for the Killettos. You know, it's just sort of decimated their push. They kind of hung out there on lane 4, fairly exposed for a little too long, and boy, once they kind of pushed up and found the 2 remaining Killettos on lane 4, you know, that was what they needed to know.
If you're gonna buddy up on the shield, what you gotta do is you gotta do it the man style, which is, you know, use your buddy, in his case Zach Fontaine, and just kind of run around the battlefield and not let the enemy hone in on your position. That's what the Killettos kind of did wrong here. They put all their chips in on lane 4, which is great. It worked for them in the beginning, but afterward, Legionnaires really caught on to that strategy and got 3 of their members around to rotate into really optimal positions to be able to catch out that push. And it was all kind of just set in stone, even despite anything that Battledores or Fino could do. The key with the shield is to be mobile. Don't stay in one place. It's great to be used to, you know, identify enemy positions, but after you identify it, you've got to rotate somewhere else. You can't be in one place more than once, otherwise you're gonna get nades thrown at you. Yeah,
exactly. And I think the whole time they were just oblivious to that man there on lane 3.
Kagan. Yeah, I think Battledores had an idea, but I think he thought he took him out. So that's kind of where that fell away on the Killettos battle awareness. Oop, we have a reset.
What that's about.
Well, no drops. May have just been a small issue. You can reset for technical issues. You can't reset for loadouts. Is the ruling on that.
All right, once again for the second time.
Wow, Sirius will be bringing the shield this time. I never really seen Legionnaires really play with the shield too much. So it'll be interesting to see what they can do on it.
I'm just gonna watch red car for now. Okay. And fill it out that behind the bushes. Fill it out with
Bit of strategizing going out in spawn. It looks like we're going to see a bit more of a all lanes kind of push effort coming out here. Bino's going to be the man on lane 1 this time. He's going to be taken out immediately by Mayho. Just the team's ability to be able to peek through the bush astounds me at times. Mayo's able to fly. Oh, that's the same kill.
Yeah, I feel like it's not too bad when you're right up against it, but when you're far away,
Yeah, it's really hard to, especially on these night maps, it's really hard to be able to look through the bush and be able to identify what's moving, what's not, because it's such a narrow field. Eric and Sirius are going to be pushing lane 1, shield buddy system kind of going on. Let's see if they learned, or if they know how to, you know, do quick little rotations from lane to lane and try to keep the enemy guessing where the shield is so they can't really move out.
and Radar and Tiagra are like right on top of each other here. On don't know if that either of them are
I don't think they
aware.
are. Tia's more worried about that you know, that garage door. And Radar, I think, is a little bit more worried about trying to make sure that no one's in that middle house or upstairs in the middle house, but he looked. He has moved around. I think Radar is more preoccupied with trying to take over the middle house than worrying about Tia later, even if he knows him. Oh, Radar knows about him now. Tia just radioed it out. This is going to be easy kill for him. Yep.
Doesn't confirm, though.
Turbo is able to find Maho. Radar is able to find, or get that confirm, I should say. And now Eric is trying to work his way across the spawn house, but Turbo is making that very difficult. Especially with that little angle he's holding there. They're going to have to rely on Radar to be able to remove Turbo as a threat. He's currently scanning, trying to find it. Kagan's able to find Matt Outdoors. There are only 2 people left up, Turbo and Olivio. And Olivio's not in the greatest spot to defend. He's very exposed right here.
Yeah. He's definitely going to have to rotate. It's going to be picked off.
Turbo has got everyone's eyes on. Olivio finds Kagan. Now Olivio's in a much better spot to defend. The push is coming out from Raider now. Oh, and I think Raider can see. Oh, he can't. Is Olivio looking the right way? No, he's not. Oh, objective is very open now, and Turbo's down in the spot to defend it. Will Radar realize this, or is he going to try to take it a little bit slower? Turbo's currently preoccupied with people trying to work his way into his building right now, and this is a perfect capping opportunity. No, this could be the game. Radar is working his way up to the objective. He's now behind. He knows it's clear. He's tablet out now. Turbo doesn't realize that he's worried about the person who's on. Oh, this is going to be the game.
Yeah, Turbo doesn't even know, nor can he do anything about it.
Legionnaires will win the game on map 2, 4-1. That is a little rough. A great game for the Legionnaires, though. Man, that is almost painful to watch. Especially when you know you got like very capable players trying to do their best defending the objective, but then something happens and, you know, they get locked up and they can't defend the objective no more.
I mean, Olivio going up on that side, that was a bit of a risky maneuver.
Yeah,
he got punished
he moved away from a spot where he was already in a great spot to be, and it wasn't the greatest to begin with, but it was much better than being up, you know, for the world to see on this slide. But maybe it's something that the Killettos will think about in future strategies. Kind of see them.
I mean, if it weren't for whoever was right there on the Humvee, it would have been okay. Because I know what he was trying to do. He was trying to take out the ones in your spawn house.
Whoops, I've been attributing points to the wrong team. 4-1 from map 2. Killettos are in a bit of a hard spot right now, and Mamarwas is what we are fighting for as of right now. We're going to start off with a very hard objective. These Killettos will have the chance to attack first, maybe get a cap in, maybe demoralize the Legionnaires. Probably not. They're probably just riding off their win.
Yes, the Kayad building. They're definitely a very capable objective, as you have 4 main areas.
Yeah, you got the 2 on the bottom and 2 upstairs, and they are very hard to rotate to each place, so it's very important that you're able to find those picks so early on in order to force people to start rotating around if they want to be able to monitor the defense. waiting for a cycle? Or,
Just a
yeah,
little bit
just
of
a little bit.
strategizing.
Well, we're gonna hop into it now. This time, yeah, Sirius once again will be bringing the shield. This time on a day map.
Push through this blue door here. Yeah, it's only because I don't want to.
Not more rocket to the tower.
Yeah, we're gonna get a pretty decent push coming out from Legionnaires straight out the bat. Tia and Raider are gonna trade. Both are down. Both can be res. Looks like Maho's in a great spot for that res. That will happen pretty swiftly. Turbo is gonna punish on that. Now Sirius is gonna get in the way. Try to identify where that's happening. He's gonna use his pistol at that range. That's pretty crazy. Maho's gonna be able to take that kill before Sirius can get shot in the head. People are really good at that, though. Kagan's able to find Mad Outdoors. And that, those are the 2 picks that are needed in order to open up that objective. Now only 2 are on. And keep in mind, they have to defend 4 spots. And it looks like they're actually pretty clumped up. They might be more biasing trying to go for that res onto Tia, but resable or not, Tia's in a great spot to be able to call out this push.
It's gonna be very risky to try and res him.
Fino's gonna try to put some suppressive fire in, get that res onto Tia. Tia rushes for cover, and now Killettos are 3 strong, Legionnaires are 4. This is much better math than where they were before. Tia is gonna try to find this pick. He's in a very exposed position. Legionnaires identified it, but Eric's gonna be able to find Olivio instead. And now Tia's gonna get a nice little pick onto Eric, and now we're into a 3v2 situation. Legionnaires aren't really pushed up as far as their main guy, Kagan.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about how off objective they are, although they do have plenty of time as Legionnaire hasn't really pushed up very far. Not sure how good their kill count
And
is.
Tia's might be in a great spot to be able to catch out Maho. Oh, he's opting to go into the alleyway instead. I think he's... Oh, no, he's looting. Maho's going to be able to find that. Now there's only 1 Killetto left. It's Fino. He's been doing great so far, but can he take out 3 Legionnaires, be able to get a point on the board for Killettos? I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah, I'm just feeling right now, like, if you know that there's only 1 and he's off to the east, like, wrap back around to the west and go for the
Oh,
cap.
looks like all 3 of the Legionnaires are moving in on this side. Oh, he sees 1. He gives away his position. He has to rotate around before before Legionnaires can see him. My apologies. Now he's in a bit of a pickle now. He's being monitored on both sides. On the shield is audible. Oh, another nade goes out. Will he be able to find? No, the placement won't be great on this one, but he didn't have much of a line of sight. Sirius will be able to get the pick on that one. Did he loot? Yeah, he looted. Legionnaires take the first point on map 1. Oh, I think actually Legionnaires gave up the Mac pick. No, I'm sorry. No, they didn't. They didn't. A lot more teams doing that now. It's confusing me.
Yeah. Either way, I mean, I feel like, Killettos got a few people went down because they got picked out early, a little bit exposed. And after that, I mean, it was just pretty good maneuvering on the part of Legionnaires, just able to pick off the Killettos one by
being
one.
able to, like we say, they look for the sides that they're able to find these picks on, and then they just go all in on that side and just work their way around that way. gonna have same objective for round 2, map 3. Match has already been decided. Legionnaires have won. Killettos looking for that sweet, sweet MMR recovery. We're gonna hop into round 2. Eric's pre-firing, I should say.
3 went east. They started west.
I think he's gonna actually toss the C4 out. It's gonna. It's. Oh man, the sound of disappointment on the fact that he threw his C4 into the well, into the water fountain. Oh,
I
it's
missed
great.
That one.
It's like, oh man. Strategic C4 placement is on point with these guys right now. I think he blew it.
A little bit of premature.
It's not premature. It's been 45 seconds, so it's legal.
Premature.
That's
in that,
true. Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
nobody was
Not
really
from a
there.
legality standpoint, but from an ethical standpoint. Mr. Sirius is.
Banneram pushing up on
Ooh,
Sirius's
and
location.
Vino's not gonna expect that at all. That is actually a very weird.
We still have
Yeah,
Matt
Matador, I think, is
outdoors,
very
though.
aware of the fact. He sees where Sirius is, and now he hasn't rotated away. Well, now he does.
Yeah, he missed the peak.
But he might be able to get this counter in pretty nicely. Oh, Sirius is looting, but he's on the other side of that wall, so he'll be in relative safety on that front.
Yes.
When he collected the 249. That is some good utility to have on Volk. Unlimited ammo. Matador is just watching this super tight angle.
Oh,
Sirius rotates away. Raider finds
Hey,
Tia.
Tia.
One down east.
Zarek though, kind of creeping in on Matt's location.
Yeah, it's amazing how mobile these Legionnaires are. Matt's kind of on his own.
And he's so focused in.
Yeah, he might be able to get this opportunity right here as Sirius begins to get a little peakish. Oh, he misses the opportunity, but I think he saw it, so he... Wow, that was such a massive rotation.
And he ran across and
I'm
ran
surprised
back.
he never caught on to that.
Oh, and he did catch
Got
one.
one, but Eric... It was just enough
Okay.
time for Eric to get into location to be able to get that refrag. Now the Killettos are only 2. Now finds Turbo. Now it's all up to Olivio to try to salvage something out of this, but there are 4 Legionnaires still up to 1.
Yeah, I mean, for the time being, one's way up in the northwest corner, but I don't think that's going to matter.
Looks like he's going to rotate over to that crack, maybe try to look through there. He does, and not able to identify any enemy positions off that little narrow angle. Bit of C4 goes off. Obviously won't find him. On this angle is being watched. He likes to get to these high grounds though, Olivio. We've seen him on the slide before. And it could work on this wall since it's not such a commonly used spot as... Oh, and he finds Malhouse right off the bat, but Raider will be able to get that refrag. Legionnaires go up 2 points on Bazaar.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate what happened with Matt up in the northwest, where he kind of missed multiple opportunities to get that pick and then gets flanked in the meantime.
Yeah, the timing just was not right there. It might have been more advantageous for him to try to rush it and try to, 1v1 Sirius there, but Eric was able to get into position in time to be able to avenge Sirius and let the damage be done. It's almost like as if these splits that Killettos do are almost hurting them.
Yeah, to a degree. I mean, I definitely.
I may have lost Xandria. You there, man? Okay, there you
I
are. You
am.
kind of cut off mid-sentence
We are on it.
there. I was a little worried.
That's all right. We're jumping on a new objective. Got the South Central.
Ooh. Yes, the ice cream truck with body bags and a really poorly maintained van.
He must have come from.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, he has a delivery route, Or is it a pickup route if the body bags are on the ground? Who knows? This might be a more advantageous defense for Killettos, though. They kind of have a good spread out on this one. Turbo is able to. One thing I remember about Turbo is he's just always able to call out these spawns perfectly.
It is definitely a valuable asset to have on your team.
Now we're kind of seeing that slow play that you were talking about before, specifically from Legionnaires. They're just working their way up. They're not making noise. They just want to be able to identify the positions of the enemy team before they really make a move that they want to commit on. It's amazing how many captains Legionnaires have been through, but their playstyle has still been the same. There's been no major change. Sirius is able to find Pheno Ram on the north side. That res can come out on the Killettos.
Or southwest. I got one on the southwest.
You killed him? You killed him?
Yeah, I killed him. Double tapped him.
Whiskey, man. Whiskey, bro.
I was just trying to listen in to see if they knew that he was only
Yeah.
downed and kind of baiting.
I don't
Or-
think.
Was he not aware?
I think.
Run in, run out. I'm ready.
Oh, the
Either way, gets another
yeah,
pick
I think,
out of it.
I think they were baiting that, or at least they couldn't see that. Pheno didn't see it either. Maho finds Turbo as well.
Whiskey 3.
Turbo was in that blue room. He usually sticks there, so.
Okay.
It is a bit of a tough position for Killettos, as we have 2.5 versus 5.
Yeah, and being able to defend on this objective with
Cross is going to come out in the west.
Olivio gets a very nice pick onto Kagan, who was inside that brick wall. Maho tries to counter fire, won't be able to find anything. Well, extra shots went out from Sirius there. He checks his mag, make sure he's got ammo. Yeah, he does. Now he's going to try to look through the smoke. He can't see it, so he's going to have to rotate out a little bit more. He's pre-firing that scaffolding. No one's there.
Matt spotted the cross from Zarek.
Now he's rotating in order to counter it. I'm going to go up onto the stairway. I think you can hear them move. There's able to find Phenoram. Now it's Matt and one other who can defend against a 4-man push from Legionnaires. And he has to watch so many angles. This is not going to work in his favor. Eric and Raider are going to opt to go north side. Olivio gets taken down. Now it's all up to Matt Outdoors. Matt Outdoors recognizes exactly what's going on. There's someone on objective. Matadors gets himself killed before Raider can type in that code. Legionnaires go up 3-0.
Yeah, not the greatest trigger discipline on the side of Legionnaires there, but could get the point anyway.
Yeah, they could have occupied Matt in a kind of like a playful manner in order to force that cap out. Maybe have easily taken the map 4-0, but that was just not the case. That communication was not made thoroughly enough to the rest of the Legionnaires to allow that cap to happen.
I feel like that's one of the toughest things. I mean, if you do find yourself on objective, you're so excited to just punch that code and you kind of forget to let your team know.
it kind of becomes part of your habit to give, like at least like a little bit of clicks out that the enemy team cannot hear. Oops, I haven't updated the scoreboard. Yeah, give those clicks so that your team can hear. But at least give them an idea, like what's going on, Try to prevent rotations from happening, get people occupied. What's the worst that could happen? You could just die on objective, and the rest of the team can sweep in and kill that last guy for you. Well, now the Killettos will get an opportunity to attack this very objective. It'll be very interesting to see what they do, especially with that shield work. It's always kind of a staple of their gameplay.
Yeah, they do definitely love that shield, and they do very well with it. So we got that northwest spawn. And we don't see any shields.
I was almost expecting a shield push from the Killettos. Maybe they don't feel confident enough to try to use it against Legionnaires. Like, Legionnaires have kind of got their number on this one. A lot of smokes coming out there. They don't.
And they're smoking. Yeah, they're giving out all the smokes.
Yeah, they don't care if Legionnaires know exactly where they spawned at. They just want to be able to have the momentum going on their side. Maybe this is exactly what they need, bringing the momentum to Legionnaires. Try to be able to try to force these takes. Matadors hears these first shots going out. Eric, he sees it, but he's able to find Eric. There's one down on the both sides here as Kagan finds Phenoram. Now Mr. Sirius needs to rotate back as the rest of the Killettos start to rotate onto objective. Matt Outdoors tries to find Mr. Sirius, but he's able to shut that down. And Legionnaires will 4-0 as Turbo makes a last-ditch attempt on the objective.
Yeah, I think Killettos just sort of, made a wild, crazy attempt on that, just by pushing it as hard and aggressively as they could. But unfortunately, just were not able to get the good picks and pull out a win on that round.
Well, I don't think there's going to be a knife fight from the Killettos this time. They like to do it with their friends, so I was kind of hoping for that. But, however, Legionnaires will be the dominant victors in this game here, this series. 4-2, 4-1, and 4-0. Killettos only got 3 points. Legionnaires finish with 12. My name is TFH. My co-host today is the beautiful Xandria. And then Legionnaires versus Killettos. Our games are sponsored by 4 sponsors now. We have ProTube VR, VR Cover, and God help me, I can't remember the last 2. Oh, here we go. It's Rebuff Reality and Fix It Gaming. Definitely check out all their websites. They're accessible on the VR Master League website. Xandria, what are your final thoughts as we wrap up here?
Kind of as I said earlier, I mean, we have definitely had 2 teams that like to play it a little bit more on the slow side, and I can't think of any one particular thing that made the match go in the way of Legionnaires, but it was definitely a good matchup, and at least for the first 2 maps, it was very close. So good
yeah,
job
the
for
Killettos
both
definitely
teams.
understood, the Legionnaires understood the Killettos attacks and defenses. They understood the positioning, what they would do, and they they acted upon that very properly. So huge props to Legionnaires for putting on a really good show, a really dominant performance. I think that's really all where I think that's where we're gonna leave it off there. Yeah, I don't really got anything else on that. Well, regardless, we will see you all for the next match, which actually we could just go through that really quick. Let's see what we got scheduled. We may have a cast on Friday of Animal House versus SEAL Team Bravo. But we do have one on Saturday, Mayhem versus Water, and then we have two on Sunday. We got Blaze, Global Cam, and Five Horsemen, and Riot. This is your team, if I'm not mistaken, right, Xander? Yeah, you gonna beat us?
We're gonna do our best.
Confidence coming out from Xandria on that front there, but we're gonna leave you on that to think about. We will see you all later.
Have a good night, everybody.